Welcome to Akira Yoga. In today's class, our physical focus will be the inner thighs and side of the body. We're stimulating into both the liver and gallbladder meridians, and the emotion associated with today's practice is anger and resentment. Let's take a moment to tune in. Come into any comfortable seated position. Opening through the front of the body. Offer some softness to the legs, your shoulders, the face. You can close the eyes here or soften the lids. Beginning now to tune into your breath. Without trying to change the breath, notice the natural rhythm. Notice if the breath is fast or slow. Notice the sound of the breath. Is it loud or quiet? Notice where you feel the breath in the body. Maybe the belly, the rib cage, your chest, the back of the body. Observe the expansion and contraction as you breathe here. Without judgment, simply noticing. Allowing your day to begin to melt away, arriving on your mat for your practice. Bringing the awareness back to the body, allowing your eyes to open and coming onto your mat. Our first position will be a wide-kneed child's pose, taking your padding and placing the padding across your mat. Coming into a kneeling position, you could place a cushion under the pelvis. Keeping the feet together, placing the knees comfortably apart. As we fold forward, use any support that you may need. This can be under the ankles, in front of the body, or for your head. You're welcome to stay here, or for a variation, we can gently bring the body over towards the right side, creating an opening through the left side of the body. You can stay here using your support to become comfortable, or take an added variation of dropping the left arm under the body towards the right side as you open into the left side of the shoulder and the back of the arm here. Finding a position that feels comfortable. Relaxing the shoulders. Offer some softness into the pelvis, the lower back, the belly. Connecting back with the breath, feeling the rise and fall of each inhale, each exhale. Softening into the shape and staying with the breath as we approach our stillness. If your mind begins to wander, draw your awareness back into the body and back to the breath. Bringing the awareness back to the body. If you're in the side bend, gently taking the body over to the left side now. Taking your shape here. You can use the added variation of popping your right arm under the body. Using your props, feel supported. Offering some softness through the whole body. Finding your breath. Take in the breath into the parts of the body you can feel the stress. Try and relax here. Bringing the awareness back to the body, moving mindfully, beginning to come into a neutral position with the body out in front. Let's take a moment here. Moving mindfully, beginning to exit from the pose. Gently bringing the knees together. Let's take a child's pose. Your hands can support the head, be out in front or taking the hands towards the feet. Again, using your props in any way you need to feel supported. Allowing the body to become completely comfortable here. Offering some softness into the lower back, the shoulders, your face, the belly. And feeling the breath at the back of the heart. Mindfully rolling out of your child and sitting on your mat with the legs out in front. Our next shape will be a straddle pose. As you sit here, if you find your lower back has a tendency of rounding, sit yourself on a bolster or cushions. This height will help to bring your pelvis into a flexion position. This will help you fold forward and take this next shape. Taking the legs comfortably apart. If you have tight hamstrings, you could place padding under the knees. We're going to fold forward when you feel ready, using our blocks, our cushions to support the upper body. You could also use a chair here and rest the elbows on the seat of the chair. As we come into the pose, we come up against our first resistance, our first edge. We then allow the body to just relax. This letting go allows us to target the connective tissue within the body. As we begin to relax, we may be invited to go a little deeper, but sometimes we also need to pull back a little. It all depends on the messages of the body. Relaxing your feet, try not to hold the body within the pose. As we stay in this pose, we can move around to explore all the different sensations. Maybe taking the body over towards the right leg. Notice how this feels on the left side. Nestle your head into your support. Beginning to settle into the stillness and breathing into all the sensations you feel here. Taking the body over towards the left leg when you're ready now. Notice how this alters the sensations within the body. Try and stay tuned in to all these sensations, using the breath as the tool to stay with the stillness. Notice how you're responding to this pose. Can you approach the experience with gentleness and care, using extra support if needed, and relating with compassion to any messages of the body? Gently moving the body back to center and releasing here for a moment. Moving mindfully, lifting the body out of the pose. Popping the arms behind and lifting the heart here. Notice the sensations you feel. Using your hands at the side of the thighs, gently bring the legs together. Popping onto the front or the back of the body, let's take a rebound. Making any small adjustment here to become completely comfortable. Notice the space within the rebound, what's happening in the body as the connective tissue begins to release. coming onto the back of the body if you're on your front. Our next position will be a banana pose, lifting the upper body when you're ready and gently taking the upper body over to the right side. Once you reach your first edge, relaxing the upper body down. The arms can be in any position that feels comfortable. This can be out to the side or above the head. You're welcome to stay here, just working with the upper body, or we can bring the legs over to the right side to come into the full banana pose. You can also cross your left leg over the right ankle to bring a deeper stretch through the left side of the body, making sure you're comfortable. Offer some softness into the left side of the lower back, the left side of your pelvis, the rib cage. Allowing the eyes to close or soften the lids. Beginning to settle into the stillness. Finding the breath here. Bringing the awareness back to the body, moving mindfully, coming back to center. Let's take a short resting space here. Notice how the right side of the body feels compared to the left, and how the left side of the body responds to this resting space. Let's take the same shape on the opposite side, moving the upper body over to the left side, finding your edge here, relaxing the upper body down. Find any position for your arms. You can stay here or moving the legs over towards the left side. You're welcome to cross the right ankle over the left. Relaxing your head, the neck. Offer some softness into the right side of the lower back, your pelvis, the rib cage. Breathing into the body here. Bringing the awareness back to the body, moving mindfully, coming back into a neutral position. You can stay here on the back of the body or popping onto your front. Let's take a rebound. Notice all the sensations of what you feel here, where we've just worked, and how the body responds to this resting space. Coming onto the back of the body if you're on your front. Gently bringing the knees to the chest and taking a moment here. We're going to take a spinal twist. There's different variations we can choose from. Our first variation is to place the feet on the floor with the knees bent. Our second variation is to bring the knees to the chest. The knees can be together or wider. And our third variation is to take eagle legs, taking the feet to the sky and taking your left leg over the right thigh. Bend your right leg to bring the left lower leg around the back of the right calf. Popping your arms to the side of the mat. The arms can be in a T position. Taking the legs over to the right side. Allow yourself to move around with the position of your knees. They can be closer towards the belly or lower towards the pelvis. Choosing any position that feels therapeutic for you. We can use blocks or cushions to support the knees. If you have tightness across your chest and the left shoulder is coming off the floor, you could use padding here. Your head can be neutral or turning the head towards the left side. Allowing the eyes to close or soften the lids. Bringing a sense of softness into the whole body. Finding your breath here. Bringing the awareness back to the body. If you have your legs in eagle legs, just undo the knees here. Bringing the knees back to center, let's take a moment here. Let's take the same shape on the opposite side, choosing a variation that suits your body today. If you're taking eagle legs, wrapping the right leg over the left thigh, taking the legs over to the left side. Allow yourself to move the position of your knees and legs to find a position that feels good for your body. Use your props, feel supported. Your head can stay neutral or turning your head to the right side. Bring in some softness to the face. If comfortable, you could close your eyes. Beginning to settle into the shape. Allowing a sense of surrender to sweep through the whole body now. Notice how it feels. Bringing the awareness back to the body. If you have your legs in eagle legs, just undo the knees. Bringing the knees back to center, hugging the knees into the chest. Let's take our final pose, our Savasana, coming into any comfortable relaxation position for you. Rolling back your shoulders, create some space at the back of the heart. Making any small adjustment here to become completely comfortable. Giving yourself this space now to completely relax the body. I will leave you here to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need to. Do take this space. I hope you've enjoyed today's practice. Do come back and see me again. Namaste.